Everyone, Spike here. I was thinking for the past few weeks after my internship with Disney, I have looked back on some of the movies they have made, and there's just some that of course I love, some I hate, and then there's some movies that I just feel don't get enough recognition. So I am doing my top five list of the most under-recognized Disney movies. Now, does this mean that they're all bad movies? Not necessarily, because there are one or two on my list that were considered good movies but I felt were have fallen off the map. So here we go. This is my top five under-recognized Disney movies. Number five, Peeps Dragon. Now, I had decided to put this one in. This one had a 50-50 rating on critics. This one's about a orphan named Pete who runs away from his adoptive family, the Gogans, who are a bunch of hillbillies. And he has an invisible dragon named Elliot. And he ends up going into this lighthouse, which... but because of Elliot's recklessness, he is deemed bad luck. But that's kind of the basis around the story. Some of the bad things that it was given like a Mary Poppins-ish ending. Because at the end, Elliot leaves because Pete has now found a family that can take care of him, and now he goes out to help other kids, which. I will say that one didn't get any explanation. That just came out of nowhere. But I would feel sad that I would have a dragon leave me because I have a family. Um, but I mean, there's some things about this movie that may stand out, like it's the song "Candle in the Water." It's one that's still going around. Uh, but the one thing the one moment I love in this movie is one of the lesser known songs called "Every Little Piece." When they're ending the song, they're like standing right in front of the foghorn, and just as soon as the song ends, the foghorn blasts, and I was bursting out laughing because I was looking all over for a clip of this. I was not able to find it. But I would, I would love to take a clip of the foghorn and just put it on any video and just have it blast. That's what I would love to do because but yeah, it's got some good moments, and I know it kind of tried to play the Mary Poppins card, but it only likes like work once, but. But I still find the movie enjoyable. It's got a good story. But yeah, I just feel that it should be given more recognition. So go check it out whenever you can. Number four, Hocus Pocus. Now this is one very lesser known film. This one only comes out on Halloween. This one features Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy as the Sanderson sisters, which they're inadvertently resurrected 300 years after they're hanged for performing witchcraft. Now, this one has gotten bad ratings from critics, but audiences have given a more positive side on it. I personally like this movie just because the goofiness of this film is what makes it funny. For example, near the end, they're going out to find the book because in the movie their spell book has been taken away, so they can't take the souls of young children, which is why they're the antagonists of the film. They're trying to stay young by taking souls from children. Now, as they're going out, they realize that their brooms are missing, so they have to go into their closet and find some replacement ones. And Kathy comes out with this vacuum cleaner. It actually works. Yeah, now every Halloween, my sister always plays this movie. Now, they even play this on TV every Halloween. It's gotten bad ratings from critics, yet everyone still watches this. So this is a good comedy for you to play on Halloween. I definitely recommend viewing this film. Number 3. D3 The Mighty Ducks. Now, I know it's a bad series, but I'm focusing on D3 for a particular reason. I had decided to go with this movie because it took a more serious turn compared to the other two movies. And instead of going with the underdog team that wins the championship, this one actually has them going into college, and they have to play a rival varsity team. So, now don't get me wrong, it's still a bad movie, but because it's still got the goofiness they have from the other two movies, but this one it really tries to go with the theme that they have to grow up and take things on as they go. Like in the very beginning, they find out they can't have Coach Bombay to lead them through their season. Instead, they get this hardcore coach, in which the main character Charlie is not really into, because they're telling him you got to play defense. No, he's like, no, I'm the scorer. I'm the scorer. But so two of the characters just for a little while leave the team, but Bombay comes back and tells Charlie that they're still the same team. So I mean, it was the best of the 3 films that they have done. I mean, the 2 movies were banking on the underdog team, but this one took a different direction. So, not a good movie, but I think it should have gotten a higher rating. It was given a 20% rating by Rotten Tomatoes. So, see, this was something that should have been given more recognition for. Number 2. The Great Mouse Detective. Now this is not a bad. This was actually a good movie. It was a success. But then, sometime after that, nobody ever talks about it anymore. So what happened? So basically, this is like a children's version of Sherlock Holmes. You got Basil at Baker Street. You got Dawson, his partner. And then you got the evil Ratigan. So, this is a great adventure film for children. Because you imagine children would rather watch a cartoon version of this than read the actual Sherlock Holmes books. So, yeah, I had enjoyed this movie, so I keep watching it multiple times when I was real young. But why isn't it recognized now? Really, I don't know. So, if you see anywhere, please watch this one. Yeah, I'm just baffled by why no one ever talks about this. So, yeah. Now, before I get to number 1, I want to warn everyone that my number 1 pick is probably going to piss off a lot of people, but I have my reasons, so just give me a chance to explain myself on this one. Here's my number 1 pick for the most underrecognized Disney movie. Song of the South. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Oh, you're racist because you love this movie. No, I just have a different point of view of this one. So give me a chance to explain why I love this movie. Now, the main problem, I'm going to get right to it. Everyone hates this movie because they claim it is racist. Now, I have gone online and watched this movie, and I just don't see what's racist about this. Now, just a little rundown for those of you who don't know what this is. This is set in the Reconstruction era, where this is really Uncle Remus telling stories to two kids about the stories of Brer Rabbit. Now, this one, he gives 3 stories, which kind of gives them lessons dealing with their problems. Now, even though if it showed racism, I do want to remind everyone that, like I said, this was set in the Reconstruction era, just after the Civil War. Now, at the time they abolished slavery, but were their feelings about blacks any better? Not necessarily, because there was still some violence between the blacks and whites. So, now, even the same problem is going on right with one of the most recent movies. Can't remember what movie it was. What was it? Django Unchained. That's it. So, this is what I just can't stand. Everyone doesn't like showing racism in movies, but you can't just ignore it like it never happened. Now, for the what they claim where the racism is, some claim it was the actual Uncle Remus character. Some say it's some underlying stories with some underlying stories. Like for example, the one thing I heard that they claim was racist was in the Tar Baby story, which they show Brer Rabbit punching a blob of tar after he doesn't respond well to that. And some are depicting like the Tar Baby is a black person. He is depicted punching him. It's a blob of tar. I swear, everyone's just looking for an excuse to try to... I just don't get that. On top of that, there's some things about this movie that are still going on today. This is where Zippity Doo-Dah came from, and Disney is still using it. And... I mean, you say the movie is racist, but you still want to use the song? You know, if that's not enough, if you don't like the movie, then why should you make a freaking attraction of it? And it's not just Disney World, it was Disneyland, it's Disneyland Tokyo. You're saying that you don't like the movie, but you love the attraction. I just don't get you people. So that's pretty much what I got. Those are my top 5 most under-recognized Disney movies. Does it make them any better? That's debatable. I mean, if you love the movies, good. But those are what I feel about those movies. So that's pretty much it. Spike Fab logging out.